how to win immediately this season, and they've used all the lessons that they've learned over the course of the year to get them to this point. And, this matchup against the Arizona Rattlers, they didn't play them during the regular season, so this was kind of a matchup that a lot of people were eyeing as, hey, wouldn't it be cool if these two teams played for all the marbles? And, well, sure enough, that's going to be the case. And I've heard a couple of people, I know Colin Taylor and Shane Austin, they were on doing some other interviews this morning, and Colin Taylor actually referenced this game and called it kind of dynasty versus destiny, because Arizona's playing in their fourth straight ArenaBowl.
Yeah.
Gladiators looking to dethrone them after they've won the last two. So, it's an interesting set of storylines when you look at this matchup between these two teams.
For sure, and as we said, not just Coach Tun here. Assistant coach Ron Selesky was the winner of the Assistant Coach of the Year. Several players named to the Arena team here, so really a testament to not just one person but everyone. And I know I got a chance to interview Coach Tun a few years back when the Gladiators when they first came back there. But and I remember talking to him and finding out through some of the other people, said, man, wait till you talk to him about his adventures through the Arena League, through the history of the sport, and being a part of it, like you said, since the inception, kind of when it began. And really, it's so fascinating to hear his story all the way through and being a part of some of that.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and you mentioned Ron Selesky, the assistant head coach of the Gladiators. He was named assistant coach of the year, and he's really overseen the defense. And when people think arena football, they think of an offensive game, but the Gladiators, on average, allowed the third fewest points in the AFL this season, second fewest in the conference. They had the third best turnover margin in the league, and this defense, it's not just the fact that they posted great numbers and statistically been right up there where they need to be. They've given their team a chance to win games when maybe the offense has been shut down, and they've dealt with the Gladiators have been able to have a pretty consistent lineup in there. They haven't had to deal with too much in the way of losing players in terms of roster changes, injuries, things like that. But if there is one area on the team that really has been in a state of flux at various points of the year, it's the defensive front. And outside of Willie McGinnis, who was the opening night starter, who was able to stay in there all season long, there was a rotation of guys, whether it was because of an injury or what have you. And Ron Selesky was able to guide the defensive unit and keep them on track all year. It was a full team effort. You mentioned the guys who got all arena recognition. The Gladiators, you could have gone up and down the list and made a case for a lot of different players. 5 guys getting all arena recognition, a couple of guys on offense, 3 guys on offense, 2 on defense. But it's been a full team effort with this group all season.
And I'll tell you what, man, you guys, it's kind of the culmination for the Gladiators here at the end of the season, but it's the kickoff, I think, to a fun run here for Cleveland sports. Just a really fitting the way this weekend fell together with everything, and even possible Cavaliers announcements, all of it falling on the same day. Kind of fortuitous for everybody. And now it leads us here. Just moments from now, you guys are going to do media day down there, and then tomorrow it all swells down. It starts at the Q. You've got the ArenaBowl Fan Fest, hoping to take advantage of the 100,000 fans and the energy down there. Give me the slate, the schedule, rundown for everything tomorrow.
Well, just to get you started right now, the Arizona Rattlers had their team photo a few moments ago. The Gladiators had a team photo a few moments ago. The Dream Team, which is comprised of dance team members from across the league, they're out here right now. I'm getting a look at Kenny Rhoda out there actually interviewing Nick Davila, who won the MVP honors in the Arena Football League last night. So there's a lot going on here in the queue right now for media day, and then, like you said, there's a lot going on tomorrow for the game. There's an event in the plaza. Then after that, you've got the game starting at 8:00, and then with the game, be sure you get there early. Again, there's a lot going on downtown. Get down here early. Doors will open at 6:30. There's also a towel, the rally towel giveaway, T-shirt giveaway from our friends over at First Merit. So lots to look forward to when you come down to the game, and then you just got an outstanding football game, what should be an outstanding football game between 2 very good teams that have definitely earned the right to be in this position.
Doug, my man, I know you've got all kinds of media day commitments. I don't want to hold you anymore. Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever you're down from the celebration, because I'm just going to put it out there now. Gladiators are taking care of business here and wrapping things up. Next week, we'll talk about it all. You can tell me how crazy it is tomorrow night down at the Q, and I'm looking forward to it. And from all of us, man, go finish this thing off, Gladiators, and bring it home, you know?
Love it. Thanks very much for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. Enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the game tomorrow. We'll talk next week, Doug.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, my man, Doug Plagens, he's down there. By the way, if you guys want to get down there for the next couple of hours, if you're listening live, Media Day is open to the public down there. A lot of things going on tomorrow. As he mentioned, the Fan Fest from 5 to 7:30 on the Gateway Plaza before the game. They're going to have some interactive games out there. There's going to be a lot of different things going on. As he said, some giveaways and stuff. And really, not just when you count the big crowd from for the Gladiators themselves, that's already a huge throng of people, but just all of those people, the people outside of the Indians game, because it's perfectly timed. You'll have that throng of people. If you just like feeling the energy of a whole lot of excited people having a good time, there's the place to start, is outside at the Gateway Plaza there, and just let it roll, man. And it's going to be a good time. I'll tell you what, I can't wait till next week to talk to my man Doug Plagens about it, but I put it down on the record. Hopefully, man, I hope I'm not jinxing these guys, man, but hopefully they're going to go out there and finish things. I'm saying yes, they do. Gladiators will bring the ArenaBowl home. It will kind of be the kickoff here of, like I said, culmination for them. Kickoff here for a good run, not just a good run of a month or a couple of months. No, not starting a season. I mean starting a run of things going Cleveland's way. It starts with the Gladiators, you guys. And as Doug said, almost sold out, but there are still a few tickets available. So going fast. Check with the Gladiators box office. Go to clevelandgladiators.com. Call down to the queue, and it's just one of many things going on tomorrow. Guys, 216-539-7535. See, I lied. I'm going to open up the phone lines right now for the next 8 minutes or so until we get to the top of the hour. 216-539-7535. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to the phones right now. Caller, you're next up on the Sports Fix.
Hey, good morning, J-Rock.
What's happening, Bruce? How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. First off, I want to say good luck and congratulations to the Gladiators. Let's hope they get it done tomorrow.
You know, I think you dig where I was saying. Even for the people, I understand people that go, "Hey, that's not the NFL." That's not, I get it, but it's the event, the fact that it's the actual Super Bowl, for lack of a better term, for that event, that for that league, that kind of takes it to a different level. You know what I mean? That kind of takes it above the average, event. And I think, man, I'm with you, and that's a heck of a run there, a heck of a season. But I'm like you, Bruce. You're a guy that goes, "Hey, does anybody forget that the soccer team won a championship?" They do. They forget, because if it's not NFL, Major League Baseball, or NBA, then they don't count it. But you're with me on that. But I'm with you. Hopefully they can, and that's going to be tomorrow night is going to be a massive throng of people downtown Cleveland, man.
Oh, yeah. I'll be down there early in the afternoon because I'm going to Lake Park, but I'll be down there at night to watch the Tribe and the Astros.
You're going down twice tomorrow. You're hitting.
Well, I'm just staying downtown. I'm not even coming.
That's what I was going to recommend. I'm like, man, I wouldn't. Once you get down there, I wouldn't leave if I were you.
No, I take the Rapids, so
there
it beats the traffic and getting out late and all that other stuff. So
no, I'm with you there, man.
So everything is kind of like real close to each other.
That's the part that bothers me. It's not getting there. I don't mind waiting in line to get there. It's the getting out after everything's over. That's the part that drives me nuts. When there's nothing, like, on the way down, it's like, cool, we're going to be down here for 5-6 hours or whatever. But when you're trying to leave and it takes you 2 hours to get out of the parking lot, that's the part that drives me nuts.
Oh, exactly. I have a couple of thoughts on the Browns.
On the Browns? All right.
Yeah, let me start with the Browns here. All right. Penn's been saying, all off season or whatever about you can't be afraid to get bloody nose, or let's play like a Brown.
Yeah.
And let's start the season with a different attitude.
Yeah.
I might have a solution. Okay, remember a couple years ago when Colt McCoy was hit by Harrison?
Oh, yeah. Who can forget that?
And no Cleveland Brown came to his rescue. Okay? They kind of just, waited for the trainer or whatever and got him off the field and went on about their business.
Just let him get punked out. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Okay. Here's my my little theory. We played Pittsburgh the first game. And if you want a new attitude, you want to not afraid to get your nose bloody, when they flip the coin, punch one of them Steelers in the face.
I had a funny feeling that was where you were going with
that, man. It just makes sense. Hey, you want a new attitude, you want a winning attitude, let's start it right from day one.
You know what, though? That is funny. But seriously, I watched, and I know we're still talking preseason, man, but we're into this third week where they do try a little bit here. Pittsburgh, I said it a couple of weeks ago. Baltimore, Cincinnati, those are still real football teams. Pittsburgh is not looking like the Pittsburgh of old. And I'm not even talking about the big skill position. I'm not even talking about, like, the flashy stuff. Down in the guts, man, the offensive and defensive line, that's not Pittsburgh Steeler football, man. That team is definitely on the down. I'm telling you, I think that Pittsburgh is set up for a disappointing season. I really do. Did you watch any of them? Did you see what
I watched a little bit last night.
I mean, I don't care about the final score, but just watching them play, they're not tough in the trenches, man. They're
old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so, that's why I think the Browns can they can beat the Steelers. You're going to have to fight when you play Baltimore and Cincinnati because I think those are still the best two teams in the division. But Pittsburgh, I'm telling you, even last year, people gave up on Pittsburgh a hair early. They had a little fight left in them, but you could already see it coming last year. And I think this year is going to be an ugly year for the Steelers.
I don't disagree with you, but I still say they win more than 4 games. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I don't know that. I'm just saying that this is going to be a non-traditional season for Steelers fans, and I'm going to enjoy that part of it because this is not a traditional Steelers team here. They're just not tough, man. They're not like I said, they're not that kind of team. They're not an AFC North team anymore, man. Hopefully, hey, man, that couldn't happen.
They still have good coaching, though, so.
No, I agree. That's where you can't give up on them,
Right, so you can never really count them out as long as, they have somebody there that basically knows what they're doing.
Did you see the quote from Le'Veon Bell when the cops are talking about when they pulled him over, like from the report or whatever? He told the cop, I didn't know you could get a DUI for smoking weed. These are his exact words on the police report. He said, I didn't know you could get a DUI for smoking weed. I smoked weed like 2 hours ago. I'm not even high anymore. But why would I get high if I have to go to a football game? And the cop said, well, what football game are you going to? And he said, I'm heading to Philly. I play for the Steelers. But that was his exact words to the cops. He goes, I didn't know you could get a DUI for driving while smoking weed. He said, I haven't smoked in 2 hours. I'm not even high, man. But, sometimes the things you don't say are better than the things that you do.
Yeah, better than what comes out of your mouth. So,
but hey, whatever.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Believe me, I think about what I said after I've already printed it. So it's like,
But anyways, what else about the Browns?
That was basically it. I mean, the offense didn't impress me at all. The defense looks halfway decent. They still need a little work, but, that just comes with playing together in time. But the offense, they were completely out of sync. The flags.
Yeah.
Well, is there going to be like a flag on every play? Or, I mean, I know you can call holding on every play, but, I mean, that was just a little ridiculous the other night.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been asking people that same question, brother. I don't know if they're calling it super tight and they're going to lighten up when the season starts, or if they're just going to keep calling it tight. And, Coach Pettin said, we're just changing the way we coach guys. We're teaching them to get it all in 5 yards and just not to touch them, because he said the minute you touch them outside of 5, you're getting flagged, and we're seeing it. So
exactly. It's like turned into flag football.
And it's killing the game. It kills it for football fans. Like I said the other day, I like watching football, and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, if the regular season is like this, then I'm going to catch myself flipping at times where I normally wouldn't. I'd be watching the game. But you get frustrated if every single play. We saw that stretch in the Browns game where, what was it, 8 plays in a row or something with a flag
yeah, something like that. I mean, it was like ridiculous. I mean, I got bored watching the flags.
I mean, and you know what? Part of it feels like to me, it's overcorrection because the league has allowed things that they shouldn't have for so long that now you have to go really far in the opposite direction.